this is how I dress to go to work every day. I'm actually want to talk to the customers. This is not for other junk removal owners today. This is for customers. How to pick the appropriate junk removal service for your home or business. Let's get into that video right now. Alright guys, so like I said, my name is Ricardo. I own a junk removal service here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I want to talk to you, the customer, about how to pick the appropriate junk removal service to come to your house or business. One thing we all have in common, all junk removal companies have in common, and this is a common fact, this is something that in reality people will skew and try to tell you that everyone's different. Alright? This is it. Here it goes. When you're looking for a junk removal service, be sure that they've done junk removal in the past, because it is a basic tool to pick up trash. We're not a master plumber. We're not a master electrician. There is no skills to doing what we do. Just be sure that we know what we're doing, okay? We're picking up junk. It doesn't matter if you're 1-800-JUNK or you're Junk King or Junk Guys. We all do the same job. There is no way to do a job. For instance, let me suggest something. If there is junk in your front lawn on the curb, and there's a broken bike, there's some brush, there's a small college refrigerator there, there's a skateboard, there's some panels from the side of the house, I'm going to teach you something. Anybody that does junk removal can remove that junk the same way. There is no educational knowledge that needs to go into a job like this. So hiring anybody to do that job, heck, you can hire the neighborhood kid if he has a big wheelbarrow. You can hire him to do the same job that we're going to do for you. Okay? Junk removal is an uneducated, unknowledgeable tool of a skill that we do. There's nothing to it. So when you're picking out a junk removal service, all you got to be sure is that they're human and they have hands so they can pick up the junk. Okay? I service the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Okay? Number 2, the number 1 rule of thumb, and this is it, always pick the person that knows what they're doing for the cheapest price. That's just simple. And I'm gonna prove something to you. And this is true. I don't have a lot of expenses. I'm not telling you I'm rich or anything, but I spend money at will. I do spend money whenever I want to. I earn my own money. I earn my own finances. I get to do whatever I want with it. But I'm always doing like the VIP when we go to like horror nights in Hollywood or something like that. I always do the VIP. I always do the 5-star hotels. I always do that. But I'll tell you something. I shop for the price. But when I go on vacation, I'm like, I just spend money at will, right? I always look for the cheapest price out there. Always looking for the cheapest price out there. If I'm doing a 5-star hotel, I'm looking for the cheapest 5-star hotel out there. If I'm doing the VIP plan, I want to be sure I get the most out of every VIP plan that I do. But I'm trying to do the best that I can at the cheapest price. And that's what you should do too when you're looking for a junk removal service. Here's one thing, another thing, I'm not even going to number them down, but another thing you should look for is pictures. Don't you want to know who's coming to your house? I would love to know it, and that's a big part of junk removal service. They never put pictures on their website. They put their truck in the trailer, but they never put pictures on your website. On my website, I always put pictures of me, or I put videos of me coming to your house. Look at me. I'm 50 years old this year. I just turned 50 about last week. And I don't have one tattoo on my neck. I don't have one piercing on my nose. I don't have anything like that. And you know what? That matters to people. It actually does. I'm going to tell you why. A lot of people don't think that. But you automatically eliminate yourself when you have tattoos and piercings on your nose and a faux hawk. I'm going to tell you why. All right? And I know you're going, oh, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't. Okay. going to tell you why it does make a difference. Watch this. A wife that sits at home with 2 kids. Both kids, one is 2 years old and the other one is 6 months old. She's alone at home in a decent neighborhood and she needs her garage cleaned out. Okay? Who is she going to hire? Now, see, we look at it from a men's perspective. We don't look at it at a women's perspective at all. Okay? We look at it at a men's perspective. Oh, I'm showing up in a, you know, with a tattoo that says glory on my neck. Piercings in my nose, dreads, cornrows. We look at it in a guy's perspective. Heck, we can all do the same job, which is actually right. We all can do the same job. We can all go and clean out a garage. We can all do the same thing. But I'm going to tell you something. Appearance is everything. Guys, when I go into the garage, when I go to a person's house, they already know who I am. Why? Because they have pictures of me from the website. I'm the one that actually shows up. You know what's funny is when people call me, they'll say, oh, are you the one I just saw in the video? And I say, yes, man. He goes, you're hilarious. They've already have a repertoire with me. I've already been in their house because I was on their TV or on their computer or on their phone. They already know what they're going to get when they hire me. Imagine you go to a website that does junk removal. The pricing's perfect, but you're a housewife with 2 kids at home because your husband left. He went to work and he wants you to clean out the garage. And he gave you a budget of $300 to clean out the garage. But you want to be safe. You're not going to hire a Mexicano, a Mexican guy with some SA fucking glasses, a tattoo that said glory on his neck, or even a black guy or a white guy that looks like that. You're going to hire somebody like me. All right, guys? It matters to a wife. Now, to a dude, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter to a guy. He'll hire anybody. A guy just wants a good price. You know why? A guy can defend himself. Well, a woman cannot defend himself. I'm going to tell you something. If you think I'm wrong on this, I'm going to tell you this. They asked women. I saw this on a woman's magazine one time. They asked women, 100 women, if men did not exist in the world, what was the first thing you would do? I want you to think about it. If men did not exist in the world, women, what would be the first thing you do? You would not believe what they answered. I'm going to tell you that right now. This is a great video. They said they'd like to go for a walk outside by themselves. What do you think of that? We don't think like that because we could walk anywhere. Nothing's going to happen to us. We're dudes. We never think like that. But for a woman, she thinks like that. The first thing they would like to do is go outside, take a walk by themselves. At night, in the day, whatever. Isn't that crazy? Think like that? And us guys, we don't even think like that. It's crazy. So, with me saying that, I'm going to tell you something. When you hire a junk removal service, be sure that you've seen pictures of them. Be sure you know who's coming to your house at a good, cheap, dependable price. All right, here's another thing you should look at. Be sure you know how long they've been doing this. Ask them, hey, how long you been doing this? Ask them. Longevity counts for a lot. Being in this business counts for a lot. Why? Because you have a reputation. You have an educational part in this. You've been doing this long enough, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Here's another one for you. When you're looking for a junk removal service, be sure they know how they're going to remove it. Be sure they've done it before. I had a guy the other day go, yeah, I need my deck removed. I said, okay, no problem. I'll see you when. He goes, don't you want to see pictures? I said, sir, this is what I told him. I've seen so many decks in my life. Your deck is not going to change my perspective of a deck. I'll come over. I'll give you a free estimate. And don't worry about it. If you don't want to hire me, don't hire me. They're like, okay, come on out. I got the job, $900. I actually contracted the job because I'm not going to get on my knees and cut up a fucking deck anyway. So, customers, when you're looking for a junk removal service, be sure they know what they're doing. Be sure they know what they're doing. And you feel comfortable with them. And you've seen pictures of them. All right, here's another one for you. When you're looking for a junk removal service, right? Never click on the ones with ads. Never. I'm going to tell you why. they're the ones that are going to charge you a lot more. And you know what's crazy about this? Customers know that. Customers know that. I was talking to a customer. You know what? I said I was talking to her. I've talked to hundreds. No. I said that wrong, and I apologize for that. I've talked to thousands of customers in my 18 years. Thousands of them. And I've always asked them, why did you pick my company? They always say, because you were below the ads, and I knew you wouldn't charge me much. And I said, what do you mean? I always say, what do you talk about? They said this. People that run the ads, and it says ad next to them, charge more than the people that are just naturally up there. And I said, well, that naturally is called organic. And they're like, oh, yeah. There you go. They know. Customers aren't dumb, guys. We make them seem like they're uneducated, but they're not. They know what's up. And the fact is that most customers will always look and book somebody without ads. A high percentage of them will always book people without ads. And that's just a proven fact. That's a fact. You know, we don't know that. We don't understand that because we're not women. We're not guys hiring somebody. We are the junk removal service. You know what I mean? We are the junk removal service. We're the person that gets hired to go do the job. So we don't think like they do. We don't think like they do. See, we think outside the box. We're outside the box. We're not inside the box. They are. They're the customers that's paying us. And this is just a true fact. Basic information we don't think about all the time. You know, when you hire a junk removal service, be sure they have a good truck and a trailer. Ask them. It doesn't matter. And here's something. I've just eliminated about 90% of all junk removal services with ads that have collared t-shirts, logos on their trucks, logos on the shirt. I've done that, been there, done that. Sorry guys, it doesn't make a difference. My business is even better now than it was before when I was wearing a collared t-shirt. Yeah, it doesn't really matter if you're this business. It does matter if you have a collared t-shirt or you don't. The customers are going to call you regardless. They're going to call you. So you can go, if you're a junk removal service, and spend all this money on collared t-shirts and all this money on branding yourself, go ahead. But I'm going to tell you something, in the long run, it really doesn't matter. As long as you show up, and you can even be late, as long as you show up to a job and you do the job, you'll get paid for it. It's really basic stuff. Anyway, when you're hiring a junk removal service, those are some of the key things you're looking for. And I'm going to go over some of them. Someone that knows what they're talking about, the best price, someone that's done this before, someone that's not in the ads because they're going to charge you a lot more, somebody that is naturally, organically down there, somebody that has an appearance online, someone that has pictures of them online, okay? I'm telling you, that counts for a lot for those housewives that are alone. Trust me. And you know what's funny is most of my jobs are housewives, so that's pretty funny. And they all know me. They all know me because they've seen me online. They know who I am. So when you're hiring a junk removal service, that's what you're looking for. Best price, who's done this the longest, I know who they are, there's an appearance, their website looks good, and the pricing's up. Oh, there's another one. How to hire a company when the price is up front. They're honest with you. They're transparent. They're not bullshitting you. They're not going to show up and change the price on you. That's how you know. That's how you know. All right, guys. I'm here at the Junkyard Haunted House. I got to go. Bye-bye.